If you need help, I can help. As long as you figure it out.
So for me, it tells me what to target, right? Because like big caps don't really have a target, and I know Jay's like, well, just trail on the nine, which is great actually. I'm testing that, okay, but you can't deny how accurate this is.
Okay.
Like,
So it's important for you, but you could also at the same time do away with it and just be fine.
yeah, but see, okay, so what is this? Zoom Friday, right?
Are you? Hold on. I'm still not in your Zoom meeting.
Oh, are you not? Shit, like, how do I do that?
Uh, Here. Let me.
I'm on. I can see everything.
You are?
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. I got you.
Oh, you are? Okay, cool. Hold on. I'm gonna get my computer on too. All right. Can you?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What were you guys? Moxie, right? You guys both had Moxie. The
Hold on.
heck?
I gotta.
TC 2000, you're drunk, bro.
Say that again.
Oh no, I was just saying TC.
Right. Okay. Can you hear me? Why am I? Hmm. Hold on. Everyone's. Toptick, am I echoing over in your side? Whoa. Hello? No.
Mark, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're
Okay.
echoing. Am I?
Yes, I can hear you.
Am I echoing though?
The sound is very bad. Something happening.
Are you talking?
Now connected to Lugan's iPhone.
I can't hear you, Toptick.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, now you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, sorry about that. I did not know my mic was unplugged.
Yeah, my guy. I was like, what's going on?
What? Okay, so you guys want to look at a trending stock, say Oxy, right? So it's simple to use this type of fib, right? All you guys gotta do is identify, ABC. ABC is just a low, a high, and a higher low, right? Or vice versa. But you always want to start it maybe when you see a shift, a double bottom, even if you like, um, but mainly a shift. So here it shift, it breaks higher. Now it's breaking higher. You're watching for this hasn't happened yet. Say for example, you just draw the fib like this from down here going up, basically reverse of how most people teach you.
Wait, so real quick, just to get the definitions out of the way. Um, in regards to a trend line, what do you consider a trend line, and what do you consider a trend line being broken? Because for me, the way I see it is like it does this, right?
Mark,
It sets that
yeah,
higher low, and then it breaks there. That's a trend line break.
yes. So that's the shift. You draw your fib from. How do I draw? I'm so new to this. Sorry.
I have the tablet. You can't draw on the computer.
Okay, so you can draw it from the top,
Oh,
right,
whoops.
to the
Sorry.
bottom. So this becomes A. So the top becomes A. This becomes B, and if it pulls back, this becomes C, right? So let me draw a fib. Um, how do I remove annotate? Okay, I guess that's remove. So you draw your fib like this. Sorry, man. There's so many levels. My bad.
No, you're okay.
All right. So top, B point, C point, and then the C will fall anywhere now. Maybe here. Oh,
Sorry, did I draw that trend
no, I
line?
did. I did. That's the fib. So the C point will be about here, 61.8, say for example. Then your D would be the 1618 fib, which is right here. So
Okay.
you basically think that, well, if this is the C point, it will continue to that D point, which is 618, which is has about like 80% hit rate.
So what you're looking at essentially is first the low right here, and after
Hmm.
that you see a lower high. right? Which indicates that, okay, maybe there's going to be a new range. And then there's the double bottom here. And then when it breaks that, you look for the bottom, which is here. And then, and so you draw that Fibonacci from there to there.
Yeah, from top to bottom if you're measuring a downtrend. And if you're measuring an uptrend, you start from the bottom going to the top. So I'll demo.
Yeah, tell me to erase if I need to erase.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, how do I just escape? No. Okay.
But that bounce to C is where your play is, not the A or the B.
Exactly. So the C, wherever it ends, determines where the target, which is the D point. Okay, so sorry. You guys see here, it pulls back to, let me zoom in. It pulls back to 50. Well, it should be the 50, but I'll say create two and just remove it. Yeah, 50. Okay. So A, B, right? And it pulls back right at the 50, right? Exactly at the 50. Yeah, there we go. 50%
Zoom in
fib
a
right
little
there.
bit more.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. You see where my mouse is?
Yeah.
So that's the 50% retracement, right? It pulls back to the 50, and then it starts making higher highs, higher lows, right? So maybe you take a J line here at the open, but you know that the main support, it pulled back to the 50. So that tells you two things. It's going to extend to the 382, which it did, or the 1618 with the, that's going to be two potential D points, 382 or 1618, and it can even extend to the bonus rounds. Did you
Okay,
guys get it?
Hold on, real quick. So this is the A, this is the B. Right
No,
here is the double bottom.
No. So this is the this is A. Then this is B. Okay. High, low to high AB, and then this is going to be the C, wherever the maximum pullback is. A, B, C. There you go.
Oh, this is purely for pre-market though.
No, you can draw it anywhere, bro. Anywhere you see an ABC pattern. It doesn't have to be pre-market. There's no criteria for that. You just see, even here, you see this? That's an ABC, right? So if you move your fib here, right? Okay, I'll redraw it again so you guys can see A, B. Okay, where's the C point? Probably the 50%.
Right there.
Yeah. Sorry, this keeps on happening. I was gonna.
And for this method, the C has to be above A, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So like the ABCD pattern, so the C. A,
Yeah,
B, C.
exactly. ABCD
I
pattern.
got you.
So A, B pulls back to the C, C ends at 50, and then it starts making or breaking or curling, right? So now you take your 9 EMA, what's this, a 9 EMA scalp. You know it pulled back to the 50, so you have a good chance it's gonna make it to the 382, right? You risk this much, maybe if you're risking a lot, and then your 382 would probably be here. It's probably not a good R, or maybe 618. And again, my stats show that oh shit, what did I do?
And C needs to fall 50% on the 50%.
Well, C can either fall the 382, the 50, the 618, the 23.6, the 786, or the 88.6.
Okay. So more
But
of a probability to continue on the trend up.
exactly. So where the pullback ends determines where the D point or the extension would likely go. And then sometimes, like this one, it would extend to bonus rounds, right? So like 382, 100, 200, 2618, 3618. And that's
So
easy
once
now to
we've
manage.
identified C, we get in a clearer image of the probability of where D will be. Am I correct?
That's right.
But can you
Accurate.
can you also say that you could do this? This is A, this is B.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You can, again, guys, you can plot this however way you want. If you see a A, B, C, I preferably like to do it when I see a shift. Sometimes I even plot it like this, during the market, as the market opens happening. And then you still see accurate touches on the fibs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't deny how accurate that is. And that's like a complete random ABC.
And you're using fib retracement, the tool is fib retracement, yes?
Yes.
So like on trading view, and you start from A and then move to B, right? Not the other way
Yes.
around, yeah?
If I'm measuring an uptrend, I go low to high. And then my extensions is just like, these are the extensions, right? I have to do it minus because like the way I do it is backwards, right?
And what percentage probability your stats got with this?
Here it is. So
I think
382.
you posted this once before. That
Yeah, I did.
you posted
I,
it. Got you. I know which one you're talking about. Hey, this is a good thing. Thanks for this.
382 to 132, 65. 50 to 132, 69. 61 to 1618, 81. And then this is crazy. Golden zones extend to the 118 pretty much every single time that it happened. And then you have like the low pullbacks, which is the 14.6, and the 23.6 extends about to 200 to 618. Still in testing, not enough to go ahead and say that it's statistically viable yet. But also all the fibs, I measure all of them, right? See this? This extension score means that if it pulls back and where does it extend? What's the average extension from the 100 to the 423.6? The average extension is about 4 extension levels. So yes, I have the D point at 1618, but I know that if I get a pullback, maybe say I get a pullback from to 618. So you count 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I skipped this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 to 3. Most of the time, yeah, sorry, my bad. But most of the time, you'll see that it'll extend to a bonus round. Exactly.
Wow.
See, the 200, that's why I'm like confident. Okay, well, I take I'm maybe out half at the 618. And then I'm looking if it continues, I'm going to target the next one, the next one. If it pulls back, I'm going to target the next one, the next one. So see how like so easy you can identify the trend when you measure it this way? It's like now to 618, what happens? Oh, double top to 618, fails it to 618, goes back to the 1618, tests the 1618, goes back to the 100, pulls back to the 100, breaks the 1618, goes up. This is insane.
And do you measure volume against? Does volume have any impact on that?
No,
On
not
the
really.
statistic?
Not really.
Okay.
I just see them and I draw them and I track them. So, you can argue, yeah, maybe the way you draw it would have a different result based on another person's, and this might be true, but when you get enough of these things, it's gonna extend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 extensions before you get like a meaningful pullback, right?
Any time frame as well.
Yeah, any time frame, man, because like market's fractal, doesn't matter. What was the? You guys want to look at any other stock? We want
Let's
to
do
draw
Marvel. I want to see
Marvel.
Marvel.
Tell me where you want to draw the fib. Draw the A, B, and C
Oh,
point.
okay. I'll do it. I'll do it. How fun. Let me see. Where's my pen?
Yeah, no, right?
What the heck? It's gone.
Yeah.
I'm young. I should know these technologies.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I'll just tell you where. Like 9:30. That's the A.
But here?
Yeah. And then that high near the 68, 50 or whatever.
This?
Nope. 68.
Here?
That one. Yep. And so you base it off that because there's a lower high to.
This is the A, this is the B?
Yep. Because that's still a trend, right? From that bottom to the 68, 50 or whatever. That's
Yeah.
And you want to see a break of that trend, which happens in 9:45 around with that lower high. That's
Break.
what we're looking for, right?
Oh, okay, so this is like doing it in reverse.
Mm.
Okay, so what you're trying to measure here, Mark, if you draw it this way, you're trying to measure an uptrend. Okay, so it pulls to the 382, sadly doesn't happen, stops you out, right?
Yeah, if you draw this way, it's not extension, it's pullback.
Yeah, it's the pullback you're trying to measure, Mark.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay, if you're trying to measure a short,
yeah,
higher high, and then now it breaks the low, right? You
Yeah.
see this point, it breaks the low over here. So you draw your fib like this. Hold on a second, guys.
okay.
we,
I'm gonna just slow longer, everybody. I'm sorry, you guys already get it, but you know, I don't
It's
want
all right.
That's we all work. We all work.
So if Mark, if you want to do a short, right? If you want to do a short, you see now it's uptrending, right? It's uptrending, and then you see that the higher low here gets broken, right? This now becomes your A, this becomes your B, and 61.8 becomes your C, right?
Okay.
So now that you know that the 61.8 is the pullback point, maybe you took a short, you risked this much. Now your D is going to be 1618, which is 65.48, and it even extend to the penny to the 100, which is again 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 extensions, include 5 extensions, including the 100 from usually an average fib score, extension score. Sorry. So what I mean by that, guys, average extension score is this: about 5 extensions on average. It does about 5 extensions. So 1, 2. I don't count this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 falls on the 100. Because it says it here, guys, it's 43, right? Every single percentage here is one of the 10 extensions.
Okay.
So, on your stats, as an example, if you had a pullback to the 50 Fibonacci level, what is
Yes.
your probability for extension? 61.8.
No, I actually thought that because I was taught that 50 is extending to 1618. But you see now, I'm doing the stats. It's 50 to 1382 is the better one, 69%.
1382.
Yeah. I used to think it's 50 and 1618.
But it's 50 and 1382.
Based on my tracking, yes.
No problem. I'm only going because I've just measured a B cell and it hit that 1618. If you took, that late evening rush from that last 10 minutes of the market, I just took the peak of that candle when it broke that. I took the candle at 335, price 335, the top 576, and 1618 was almost spot on.
Yeah. So where was your A?
My A was the candle at 1553, the bottom of that candle. 335, I think it was.
This
Was
one?
that valid? Let's see.
That's your
Yes.
B, or is that your C?
No.
Is that your?
So take the candle at 1553 time.
Yeah.
The bottom of the candle is. See, I have to measure it. I have to go because of the way my trading view foot retracement is set. You will draw your point from the bottom of the candle to the top of that. You see that stuff?
No, you just have to set it up properly, man. Like you see when you go to your fib settings, instead,
Okay.
because I know they have the 1618, you do this, the negatives. So you got your retracements, which is 61.3250. You set up your extensions as minus 118, minus 38.2, minus 61.8, minus 100 for the 200 fib, and then minus 214 for the pi 36. This is 31416, and then this is actually,
So what I
see, my
so
fibs
what
are
I did
negative,
just for
right?
the yeah. No, I got you. What I did just for the purpose of the example, I drew just so that it works on this trading view. But if you want to check it on your side, the 8 point was the candle at 1553, the bottom of that candle at value 3.36, and the top, the B point was candle at 1600 hours at roughly 581. The B point. C fell almost at the 50.5, 50%. And then the
Um,
6
the way, are you drawing it from top going up, or are you drawing it
I had to
downwards?
draw it from top going down. I had to draw it from top going down
Okay,
so that I could get the line
you're gonna
above.
get a different reading if you do it that way. um,
Oh,
I know what you're trying to do, because it will
yeah.
produce the positive fibs. Okay, and I know
Yes,
that's
that's it.
that's great, but it's not as accurate as this one. Like, you see, this is the A, this is the B, right? The C lands
Yeah.
somewhere in between, which is probably 23.6. I'm just gonna remove the other extensions because they're useless. 23.6. So what does the stat say? 23.6 goes to 200, I think.
No, no, I'm not using that time. I was using, so you know the foot that you marked in your chart now, it's
Mm-hmm.
not that line I'm using. No, it's
Yeah.
not that line.
Okay. I
Go to
know
the
you're marking
candle.
it. You're marking it differently. You're marking it like this.
No, okay, go to the candle on time 1553.
1553.
The bottom of that candle,
This one. Okay.
and then the B point is your candle, the top of your 1600-hour candle. You see
Oh,
that
this
doji
one.
with the
Okay.
topping tail?
Okay.
Yes.
And then you drew it like this,
Yeah.
backwards, right? All
Yeah,
right.
but you throw it forward because when I throw forward, I don't get above. I only
Yeah,
get lines below. So
that's
just
why
for the this
you need the
example,
negative values.
will you be okay to send me message me that settings that you gotta if you when you get a chance, you don't have to do it now. But if
Yeah.
you get a chance, would you be okay? Thank you.
So
Thank you.
you said this one fell on the 618, right?
1618, yeah.
Yeah. So if you do the 1618, it's right here. See?
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
And
Or
the pullback fell at about 50%, yeah?
yeah, about 50. So let's remove C50, C50. Okay. Well, I think it's 382 though. No,
Just about
no, it's 618.
382.
Mine's 618.
What do you take? The bottom of the candle.
Yeah. So whatever, wherever it
Pullback.
tagged. So 618 here, right? It didn't tag the 50.
I've got it in between the 50 and the 618 on
Oh,
mine,
is
but
that
it's
so?
okay because at least I get the picture. I got the point.
Yeah.
I really see what you're saying here. So the entry for the long will have to be in this case because we're looking for D. D needs to go above B, right? So we'll need to wait for the 1612 candle to break above point B. Am I correct? Or will you take that J line curl on the
You can
candle
take it
before?
here. You can take it here.
At 1611.
409, 411. You can even take it here, risk here, and then boom.
But the 411 time is good because it's an inside bar there, isn't it? Inside candle, nice inside bar there.
Yeah, this. I see it.
And
Yeah.
and that you got a good probability there to break point B for the ABCD pattern to work better, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So what's that? Risking 50 to make
Look what you're making
175.
though.
It's 172. So it's about 3R.
In fact, Toptick, on that, if you took the J at 569, you just man, you're risking you could risk the 9 EMA.
Yeah, you can just risk the 9 too if you want.
For 30 cents, you're risking 30 cents there to make 576. Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, that's again. This is another way of drawing the retracement extension tool, but by my experience, if I do it this way, it's I don't know. It's just more accurate.
Okay, draw it your way from the same points that I mentioned. So from that candle at 15:53, sorry, 3:53 p.m.
Yeah, 353 to 4, same thing, right? Three. It's a little bit different. It reads 382, so maybe taking profit here and then taking the extension bonus right here. But this it works either way, right? You just have to find the ABC. That's how you use this when it's trending.
So
Even if
okay.
you draw it Mugen's way, is fine too, guys. Like you see how accurate it is. But I personally use it this way. You know.
So I'm gonna ask another like simple question, just
Yeah.
so it sticks, right? Let me see if I can get a pen. Cool, I can this time.
But for me, the best ABC is when the breakout happens. Okay, when the actual breakout happens. So breakout happens, pulls back, and then that's where you draw my ABC like this. All right.
And where you get it? Where do okay.
Okay.
So in regards to like what's the difference between the Fibonacci's when you short versus when you long, this is where this let me draw a different when this support here breaks, that's how you know you draw the trend line here. And this is a short Fibonacci kind of thing. But then if this right here doesn't ever break this support, yet breaks this, that's how you know that's the ABC pattern going upside. That's the trend going up.
Exactly. You don't even need to wait for the break, right? You just see a low, a higher high, and a lower high. You don't even need to wait for the break. If you
Yeah,
just
but how do you know without seeing this here that it'll like right here it could do that, but instead it went here, like here, right there. If you're just basing it off this and this,
you just wait. If it does this, then your fib is already valid, right? If it doesn't and it continues to pull, it continues to go down, then it's either gonna retrace deeper or the fib would be invalid at some point.
okay. Now, this is would you base those more prominently on higher time frame or
No, I use it on 1 minute, man. Like you can use this any time frame because it's relative to the trend you're trying to measure, right? So even if you go like what daily, right? BCEL. I mean, look at this downtrend measure just ABC randomly, right? And then you still get pretty much accurate representation on your percentages, or even this. I mean, like okay, so we measured this one here, so AB. Right? C doesn't probably happens at 20 something, so it still represents it accurately.
where okay, so for that one, the one you just drew, this is
Mm-hmm.
the A. Oops, where's my pen? A, B, and then you're waiting over here for that break to see if it'll continue to downtrend because there's support there.
You don't necessarily have to. You could, yes, but A, B, this is already C happening, right? C happening, lower high, lower low. This is, probably trading over here now, waiting for the break. Break happens, right?
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, when it
So
breaks like this, the ABC is confirmed now because now it's trying to go to a D
right.
point, right?
So you're doing pretty. You're just anticipating a little bit when you do that trend, that Fibonacci level.
Yeah, I guess you can say it that way. Yeah. Um,
That's why. Okay.
Also, this will work. I think the most important thing we need to have for the long situation, for the long setup, I'm sure Toptick will agree. It's an absolute fact. C has to be above A, and then for the short side, C has to be below A. Then
correct.
then on, then only will you go forward from there. On the long side, if C the pullback is below A, it's invalid. Forget it. You have to wait and look for the next setup. As long as
Exactly.
C is above A, that is the most important thing for this to continue in a plan. If C
That's
goes
right.
below A, forget it.
Correct.
I love this explain. This is really interesting. This
See, accurate again. To the 2618 extension. It's insane. This tool. Um, but well, what other charts were you guys looking?
Let's look at CTIC.
Okay.
and I think
CTI.
also for preparation, we should just look for the 3 points A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. That's all. And then only let's look for D thereafter, isn't it?
Yeah, the best is when again you see the shift and you just take the measurement off the shift. Or maybe sometimes you see a consolidation, you can take the ABC off the consolidation.
What would you say? Is it
Like on
harder to
like on
spot
B
if the
side.
chart is messy, right? Something like right, what we're
Yeah,
looking at now.
this won't work as good because like it's a mess, right? But I mean, say you wanted to trade counter trend, you measure it A from here, B there, and then okay, and then the C point 786, and then you get a 118 extension again, right? So I mean, it still works.
Yeah. It's a little bit like trend lines though, where there's subjectiveness to it, but at the
Definitely.
same time, it's like which one is the real Fibonacci levels that you should base it off is what.
For me, as soon as if I see a shift, I will draw it. Um, so a break of the pattern and a break of the pattern. I'm expecting now maybe a lower high to happen. It does happen at 786, right? Now you're maybe trading counter trend, and then your expected D point for now is 118, which is like high probability target, and then after that it can extend to 1618, which it did to the penny, and then reversed, and then
Okay.
and then your big extensions because it sort of like compartmentalizes the trend phases, right? So initial phase, extension phase, hyperextension phase, reverse.
Okay. So essentially what it is you're looking at this, it broke that, made a higher low here, and then now you can draw that trend line. Same thing if it was like right here, it broke, whoops, where's my pen? It broke that low. If it had it had a lower high too, you could have drawn it this way.
Yes, but preferably if I'm measuring the downtrend, I would start when it, you know, when it shifted. So it shifted about here, right? So it's broke down. This is the pullback. So
Oh, okay,
shifted
yeah,
about, yeah. I always look for the shift because it's the best because it's a trending tool, right? You don't want to. I mean, you can draw it in the middle of the trend. That's fine, but you know, so
Like when
When
1 minute
it's
J
coming
lines
out of
cross
the channel.
sorry.
So when
Sorry, Morgan. We can say when it's coming out from the channel. Shift.
Yeah, you know when Jay says a shift, like the pattern higher high higher lows gets broken. This is it, right? So it goes high, higher lows gets broken here, right?
so another good way to identify the shift would be like when the 1 minute J lines crossing over the 5 minute J lines. Yeah, at that point, that's a shift. Yeah, there the shift is coming there, right?
Yeah. So if you want to do it that way, you know, so the five, yeah, you draw it this way, which is fine too. Like it pulled back to where the 382, then it extended to the 382, even went to the 1618, and even almost went to the 100. The thing is, like, once I see that I'm already at near the 100 extension, I'm like, okay, this might reverse. This might reverse, right? Because
Don't overstay.
statistically, it goes about 5 extensions, and it goes 100. So this is 100, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And based on stats, which is like 43%, all of the fibs they extend an average of about 43%, so 4 to 5. You know that when you're here, it's time we're gonna get some kind of like deep pullback or reverse. That's it.
And that's when you make the new trend line. When you anticipate a little bit that's about to reverse, you look for
Yeah.
that trend.
So in this case, you saw this happen, right? This hasn't even printed yet. Okay, and you're like, okay, maybe I get a shift here, or maybe I want to trade counter trend. There you go. So I'm waiting for pullback. Pullback happens. Just so happens also the 200. Maybe risk here, right? 3, and then targeting D point, which is 11.11.8, which is 12. So that's 4 to 1. That's not so bad. And then if it breaks there, I know it can go to the 1618, and it did, which is also just over the 5. So stuff like this, you know where you take out.
Will you trade the counter trend though below Viva?
No, but I mean I'm just letting you guys know that
Yeah, no
shift,
worries. No worries.
right? So shift happens, higher low.
And look, even if it's if you say you can get 4 levels of the retracement, but let's be honest, even if you got 3 levels, you easily get in a 3 to 1 RR there, right? Which is good
Yeah,
enough on a trade.
yeah. I mean I enter pretty late, so I get about 2 to 1 at least on the RR, and sometimes I partial when I have 2 to 1. I just partial. And then I just wait, and then I trade to the next fib level, and then the next fib level, and then maybe I add if it's in between 2 fib levels, and then
I
uh,
think I think in my view, the best benefit out of this whole thing is that you can keep you emotionally calm when you're looking for your profit target. It can keep you, you got something to look at. You got something to look towards
yeah,
based on your stats, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. So this one it pulled to the 50. So the shift happened here, right? Because it broke. hold to the 50, I know I'm targeting 382, right? So you enter somewhere here, which is the J line rejection. So maybe you're risking like 12 cents. And then you know you're targeting, you can even take some out over here. It's not even the D point yet, which is already maybe up like 4 to 1. And then over here, which is the actual D point, 382, and then now it reverses, right? So you see, also I would say, guys, if you draw a fib like this and you saw the price already went above the B point, which is this, right, 1907, I would probably say that if it continues higher than the B point, it's over. That fib is over. You can redraw another fib. If it invalidates, if it breaks again, if it breaks the B point and it goes higher, it's this fib is most likely not anymore valid.
Yeah, and that like fits well too in regards to like just trend line rules, right? Where it has that, but it means higher low, and
Mhm.
then when it breaks this, this is the confirmation, and that ever happens right around your thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's a trending tool. Again, you can use it for counter trend, right? So you see, you now know it has about 5 maximum extensions on average before it reverses, or maybe you can either trigger a reversal trade on a D point, which happened here, right? I mean, how we used to do it in forex is that like it goes to the D point, and then you take a look at whether or not you have a higher time frame divergence, which is like on the 5 minute over here. Easy, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. So not really well pronounced, but one can trade over here. This, and then target maybe VWAP or J line, right? So it's another way. Even Nvidia, I mean, I think did this some counter trend, right? So you measure the trend. Is this a shift? Okay. Not the best fib, but okay. Yeah, this is probably the best. I won't consider this because it's low volume, but 786 goes to 118, almost extends to 1618, fails, right? So extension, and then basically you can trigger a counter trend trade based on an extension. You could do that too if you'd like. That's the harmonic pattern way of trading it. Actually, this is a Gartley pattern. See this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a Gartley pattern.
So just to practice for me, this is the A, this is the B, and this is the C right here.
Yeah.
The break of this is the confirmation of the trend.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. But how about like in a channel like this, that's a shift, right? Once it breaks that support there, couldn't you have also done that? Fibonacci right there.
Yes, but see, this fib will become invalid, right? Because like you draw it here, pulls back, right? So identifies a C point 786 to 8, the golden zone. It goes, but it never breaks the previous low, and then it reverses. So this fib now invalid, right? Erase. And then maybe here on Nvidia Friday trade, so people were trying to short here. The shift happened here, so you measure A to B. C happens at 618. So naturally, you're targeting 1618. D point extends, pulls back. Does it pull back to the 100? No. Fib's still valid. So now it's using the 382. Sometimes it'll do this, eh? Like, it'll go from a fib extension, skip an extension, reject another extension, and then go to the next extension. So again, you see like even this scalp trade, right? So it broke the 100, and now you have a 20 EMA, and like maybe a little flag here. So I don't know if this is you want to scalp this, but if you wanted to, you could. Where's your target? Fib to fib, right? You're risking how much? 27, and then you're targeting what's this, 242. So is it 27? Okay, well, maybe 65. Um, and then you're targeting 246. It's not bad, right? Uh,
And I think we must be very mindful that once we've got A, B, and C, we must be mindful to enter the closer we get to break out or break below point A. We shouldn't anticipate way before. We should wait to get
you
to,
mean point B, right?
sorry, point B. My mistake. Sorry, point B. Yes, 100%.
Not necessarily, because if you were trading counter trend, you saw this. I mean, Mama Bear traded it over here, right? And then some people like Eric maybe added over here. So he would, this is the 200. It tells you exactly what's going on the price action. I'm pulling back. I'm on the 61.8. And I'm using the 200. So my potential D point would be 1618. If I break the B point, which it did, it retested even, did a J line rejection on the 100, and you can still trade from the 100, from the B point, sorry, right?
Yes, as close to the B point as
To
possible.
the C point. Even here, like J line rejection, risking how much? 79, let's say. And then you're trading to the 1618, which is 218. Still not bad, still 2 to 1. You can still trade to the 100. You traded to the 100, no problem. 391. Okay, you were brave. You held all through this chop. You can, you can now you're at the 2618 or the minus 1618 again. So guys, like when you have your trading platforms, your fibs, these are the extensions. Okay, so these are the retracements: 6382, 618, 50, 786. And then my extension starts from minus 118, minus 382, minus 618, minus 100, minus 214, minus, yeah, minus 161, sorry, minus 214, minus 261, and the last would be minus 323.6. That's 423.6, by the way. Yeah.
And and after point C, now once we're looking for an entry, we only look for the entry after point C, and we're waiting after point C to get as close to the level of point B to enter.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, because like the J line rejection can happen even while you're see over here. Okay, say you wanted this to trade this. I don't know why you want to trade this, but say you wanted to trade this. Actually, let me bring up
Down.
the 5 minute chart here. It's probably a 5 minute turn and curl. Okay, yeah, it is a 5 minute turn and curl. So 5 minute, 5 minute. Now it breaks. So you're trading this, let's say, right? Maybe right here. You guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
So if you, this is not anymore even the B point. This is the 1618 extension. You're using it as resistance, right? You see now, it tells you what's going on with the trend. It pulls back, it rejects, it breaks out, it goes. Well, you don't want to target this because it's too close, but it can skip a fib if it's really strong and actually target the next fib even. So what are you risking here? 1 point? What are you gaining here? 3?
So where's
Okay.
A now in this example?
Well, I mean, A would still be here because this is the ABC is just where you draw your fib, right?
Okay.
Over here, you're just using the fib extension as support and resistance, sort of like a pivot point, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I think so. What I was gonna ask is, where would your entry be?
Uh,
There.
Even super late, even the breakout, right?
And show me where's A, B, and C on this in this example.
Oh, the A, B, and C for the fib is still A. Is still this A.
A. Uh-huh.
This is B. Not A, B, and this is C, right?
Okay. So I'm saying then the best entry would be after C, bring your arrow down as close to B as possible, right?
Yeah. Listen, this can be an entry. C point can be an entry because you saw 200, right? This can be
Because
an entry. This can be an entry because of J lines, right?
so that's why, because that point, at this point closer to B, you have the shift in trend as confirmation, right? Because
Yeah.
at C, yeah, so that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
It's better to wait to get as close to B as possible for an entry.
Exactly. If you're I mean, it doesn't. It's not like a rule that it's got to be a B, but obviously, this is a simple breakout retest of the previous swing low, right?
And you
Even
know
if you,
there's a trend change there.
yeah, and there's a J line there, so even better, A plus J line,
And,
right?
and then you pull to the bottom there.
Yeah,
So that's what I was, yeah, okay.
you're talking about this,
No, I'm talking about you got your A, right?
yeah,
Then you got your B, then you
yeah,
went to C.
yeah,
So I'm saying after C, let's be patient to watch this come close to B. Before we get to B, we see now the J lines rejected the 5 minute J lines. So the trend is changing downwards here. And then when we get to B and that rejects, that is a good entry for the short down towards the bottom, right?
So where I circled, you're saying that's where your entry would be
Yes,
for short?
as close to that as possible.
I feel
Yes.
like that's chasing.
no, um,
That's the ABC pattern, right? ABCD pattern. You wait to get as close to there as possible.
yeah,
No.
but like we don't really trade it that way, right? Our setups is simply J line rejection.
Okay.
So if you wanted to trade a J line rejection, you got it here. You see the box?
Mm-hmm.
You got the J line rejection after, so it broke B point. Now moving average is correct order. This is A plus, and then what you see is a retest of the B point, right? Which is also a J line rejection. So that's the A plus trade.
Yeah, and
Okay.
like for me, not just that, even if the J lines weren't there, I would be a lot more comfortable not taking it here, but rather a retest of that what was support now
Yeah,
resistance.
Mugen, you can start here. You know what other people do? They start, and then as it develops, they add, right?
Yeah. The pull on the pullback.
The pullback. But the best is breakout retest for trend because that's the confirmation of the trend. It breaks
Yes.
out, it retests, it continues.
And the
Yeah,
same on the breakdown. Yep.
because if
Yeah.
you short where you wanted to short, that's chasing the weakness to me.
No. So what I was trying to ask is that the entry, your entry level will be
Oh,
not closer to C or to point A. Your entry level will be
closer to
closer
B.
to the level of B.
After it breaks out.
So if it broke and it retested and it failed, but wherever the question was the level of where your entry will be price wise will be as close to B as possible on the retest
Yeah.
and fail. Yeah.
Yeah, in this example, it's not always the case. I mean, I primarily trade just J line rejection. So for me, if this happened, the trade would have been here, right?
Okay.
I mean, let me give you an example. You could draw this a different way. Let's say, I don't know, maybe you draw it this way. Okay. Actually, it's the same kind of example because it did pull back to B, didn't it?
Yeah.
Then, but you see here B happens, right? But it's not J line rejection. So you wait for this J line rejection happens. So now this is the entry, this is the stop, this is the target, right? It doesn't always have to be B, but like for me, because I only trade J line rejection, I wait for it to happen. It happens, you trade it, and then you just target. And if I'm working only with extensions now, because I don't have the pullback, I'm not even thinking because like I'm on the extensions, I'm using the extensions, right? I just normally would go if I enter here, maybe I'll take some partial here and then take some more here. It's fine. Or maybe I'll just take it all the way to the to this 100 fib or to 200 really. It's a 200 extension.
Okay, so you only really use it for price targets. That's it.
Yeah, price targets, to find out where you are in the trend, to pick out a potential reversal spot, right? I mean, dude, okay, you measure it this way. By the end of the day, you knew that the 1618, it was already reversing twice over here, right?
Mhm.
1618. So if you're a counter trend trader, you might want to take a long if you're counter trend, right? The trend happens here. It happens here. It happens here. And then now it's higher highs. Then you see you're at the 1618 extension, which is like more than five. So the B point, one, two, three, four, five, six. This is like six Fibonacci extensions from the 100. So what are the chances it's gonna reverse?
But do you base that more so on the level itself or the area?
The level and the stats, because like I know that on the stats, the price reaches 43% of the extensions. There's 10 available extensions from 100 to 423.6. The fifth extension for me is the 200,
Mm-hmm.
okay? So, or the minus 100 as you see on my charts. If you see it now, it's on the 1618, which is the 2618 extension really, right here. The price ever only makes it there 23% of the time out of all the fibs that I drew. So what does that tell you? Is it gonna continue?
Reverse.
Yeah. So
But like what I'm saying is like you have that level right there, but it wasn't specific to that level. It stopped here. It stopped here.
yeah,
So like that, I would say like the area to start shorting would be here, and even here, right? When it's reaching that level, I would start. No, I would never full size it just based on mine. I
yeah,
would start partialing as it gets closer to
yeah,
that in anticipation of a counter trend move.
yeah, exactly. So I just use the moving averages. You know, it either hits the fib first or reverses the moving averages, and I'm out. Um, or it does this. You know, lower high, higher low, higher high. So this is a higher low, right? So by around this time, you're okay thinking, okay, maybe quick scalp to go ahead and counter trend if you want to trade counter trend because you know it's extended, right? The stats tell you, okay, extend about 5 fibs. I'm now on the 6 fib extension. It's late in the day. And this was taken measuring the top of the trend as well, the downtrend, right? So can be done that way. That's one way to interpret fibs, the extensions, what they're telling you. Any other charts you guys wanna look
Thanks
at?
for this topic.
Yeah, yeah, no, not a
Really
problem at all,
appreciate
guys. Like,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's definitely something you have to keep practicing.
Yeah.
yeah, you just again, you know, the best way to draw it is just like at the shift. That's the best way to draw the fibs. If you want to draw it mid trend, is fine too. Okay, so maybe you said, oh, you know, the trend line break happened. It's not even a B point, so you just draw it like this.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
the ones that work best is the ones that shift.
yeah,
After the shift.
23.6. This one went to the 23.6. Didn't exactly made it to the 100, but still, you know, perfect extension, right? And then you could have targeted the 3.2, the 6.18. You could have taken profits there. You just read what's going on with these price levels. And then the target, the real D point was this, but it didn't never made it. See, it's different, right?
Yeah. Well, for your data to be consistent, you want the circumstance to always be similar to one another, which is the shift is always consistent. But doing it in the middle of a trend is never going to give you a consistent amount of stats.
Yeah, I mean, like it really depends, because like it's sort of like you gotta figure out, how you read the price action. But yeah, I would say the shift is the best because it measures the start of the trend, guys, and then it gives you an accurate picture where the trend is now or how much extended it got.
And then
Uh,
you, and again, like that shift, what would that be your criteria for a shift to
oh, it's
look
just
like? Just a trend break?
yeah, it's just like higher highs, then it breaks, creates a new low, and then that's it. You already have your A and B, right? Or even in this case, this fib failed, but you see lower low, lower low, lower low, and then now, it broke the swing high, right? So now, okay, maybe you're thinking, oh, it's gonna reverse, right? So you draw a fib like this, and it still worked. It went to this 786. This is the ranging fib, right? 100% to the 118, and it extended to the 118, and then before it reversed again. 786, according to stats, and 886, which is the golden zone, extends to 118, 100% or 75% of the time. Okay, so it does this, and then it extends here, right? Made it here. But and then again, this is just reading it as a potential shift. So maybe the chart looked
Different somewhere else.
this it looked like this when you drew it, right? Look like that.
Right.
So it then progresses. Where's the C gonna be? There you go. The C's right there. Okay, it bounced. Target. This is potential D point 118. So higher low, maybe stochastics oversold, ADX under 30. Okay, maybe a good range trade, and then you risk here, and then you target D point. That's counter trend, right? Because like you're countered the major moving averages, but it still worked. And you just basically used the fib to go ahead and figure out what the heck's going on, right?
Okay. Okay.
So it works. Also, what else? Yeah, the golden zone fibs are crazy, man. Like they always like there's probably only a few times that I have not seen them extend to the 118. And again, when you guys set up your fibs on your platform, do the negative values, okay? So that you can draw them, you know, on the direction of the trend. You can still keep the positive values, but here I have it limited. So here they are. That's all the extensions. I think I'm missing
And then that 301 or whatever.
323.6.
Yeah.
Yeah, 423.6. Yeah.
And you only draw that once it really extends. But that you rarely have to do that because only like.
I only draw it here because DC 2000 sucks and like they don't have enough variables for the extension. But like some other charting platforms, I think has unlimited extension, unlimited values that you can add for your extensions.
But even
So
so,
you
that
can add,
one's still fairly extreme, though, right?
yeah,
You don't
it is.
really.
I mean, it happens. I think I don't know which was the best trending stock last Friday.
Uh,
CTIC? No?
This?
not
Oh, on
CTIC.
Friday. Sorry, on Friday. Would be Indo. Would that be Indo INPP?
Indo.
What
Oh
about
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see here the shift happens, but again, this is another. You can even draw it like this, guys. A B C. Oops, wrong one. Womp womp. Here. A B C. Almost make it to the 161, right? So what if I do it that way? Yeah.
Yeah, that chart's kind of messy. Right? Like for me, I see the low of that trend. Oops.
Use a 5 minute chart, maybe, for the
Right
example.
there, and the breaks right there. Then I would know what to use that.
Oh,
Because
this?
Yeah, because you said you want higher low, right? But then when it breaks, that's how you know you can use that, right? But if it's like consolidating,
Like this? This is still valid because it didn't break the high. It just went deeper on the extension on the retracement, right?
I mean,
But the thing is, it's still stopped at the 382. Do you
okay.
get that? Even if it goes even lower like this, maybe it does something like let me see. Oh yeah, no, hold on, sorry, my bad, guys. This is like so confusing to use. Draw? Okay. Even if it does this, right? It goes to the 618. You can still expect the D point at the 1618. Or if it continues down and goes to the 786, you can still expect that it goes to 11.8, right? For D point, and then maybe extend to the extend further. You guys get that?
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Uh,
practice at this point.
yeah.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, or you can, I mean, you can draw it a little bit differently. You can start from the actual shift on pre-market, which is fine too. Okay, so pre-market shift ABC, ABC, right? Sorry, I'm gonna bring out all the extensions here. Where did it pull back? 618. Okay. Did it 618, 618. Okay, so it pulled back, made a deep one 618. So gonna get rid of you. Oh, okay. I already have all the extensions. So it even went over the maximum extension here, right? It does this typically small caps have the ability to do this because there's still fibs after 423. It's like 600 something. I forgot. Um, but yeah, you can use them still. So you can use it this way, or even maybe you're just measuring now this shift. Okay, so you can measure it this way because it broke out, it pulled back, now it continues, right? So A, B, C, 382 to 382 here. So you're risking J line rejection, J line trail up 1 point, three 4 points. The 382, that's the D point, and then it extends. You just trail, and then you just keep taking profits as it goes to the extensions.
But you would full size it. Well, how would your sizing be in regards
But
to what your entry is?
this,
Mm-hmm.
full size.
Full
I mean,
size.
hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Low, lower, low, divergence. Okay, so lower, low, price lower, low, MACD not lower, low, divergence. Look for higher low. Higher low happens, right? Higher low, breakout curl. That's probably the entry right there. So this candle here will be the entry. This is probably the stop, 72, 399, and then you just trail using the N9, or you see here you're at the 261 fib, so maybe you take out when you see it, when you see this. It tells you how far along are you in the trend, right? 2618 goes down, breaks the second fib, goes down to the third extension, and then now it sort of like it uses the extensions now to make lower highs, right? It's a good tool.
Yeah.
It tells you what's going on with the trend. So if the trend is good, you normally see it will do this, skip the fib, pull back to the next fib, hold, go back, and then go back one, and then extend to the next fib. You see that type of price. I see it too often. But yeah, see, you just need to draw it when you see A, B, C, and then now consolidation breakout, right? This is afternoon long, right?
Mm.
For you guys, isn't this an afternoon long?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a typical. It's like a Friday short squeeze.
yeah. Friday short squeeze. There you go. So breakout, retest, J lines, curls, divergence just so happens, and then or maybe if you wanted to wait for that 5 minute to reverse, so maybe you're getting in above 32.75. So this is 32.70s. This is the curl. Probably they're getting in. You're risking maybe the low of these candles. Pretty tight risk. Still good. Right? Made it
W-
382.
Would you say it's easier to spot it, uh, hindsight, than it is to actually spot it live?
No, I just it doesn't matter if you spot it late, because for the main use is finding out where the targets are, and also sometimes you can get a pullback to the J line even though you're already at the extension phase, which happened here. A pullback to the J line just didn't work, right? So even if you draw it here, you knew that it already extended to the 618. So do you want to trade this as a trend setup? Sure, maybe. But it gives you a good gauge for what's going on with this trend, right? Is it still making higher lows? Is it still trending? No, it broke, it shifted, now it's ranging,
Okay.
right? Broke, shifted, now maybe downtrend. Let's see, but still counter trend. So you know, see, that's how it just plays around the fib levels or the extensions. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if you draw it late. All you have to identify is the A and B, and the C point lands wherever it wanna lands. It doesn't matter. And once you identified where it is, when you take your trade, which is not at C, you take it sometime after C, then you now know, okay, well, it pulled back 382. This is D point at least, and then it extended even way more, right? So, good measuring tool.
Yeah. You could also say kind of too, where this is looking at an overall bigger picture move. This is a
Mm-hmm.
higher. This is a higher low from this. This is a
Mm-hmm.
higher low. It breaks this. So now you
Mm-hmm.
have this where you can draw the Fibonacci.
Yeah.
Because this is
Even on
A,
ranges.
B, and then C, something like that.
So this is where you try to use it for a range, right? So you see even this double top pulls back to the 786, extends to again the 118, right? This is not even like a shift. This is just, oh, it's ranging. Let me measure. 786 goes to the 11.8 D point,
Okay.
right? Because oh, maybe it's ranging, and you wanna play the range. You're playing the top, you're on an uptrend, right? So maybe playing continuation. So you see, it's a channel or a triangle, whatever. You play it here or you play it here, right? Trend line break, play it here, and then it develops. Because it's 786. You're looking for D point 118, D point 118 reached, right? And then sort of like now it broke, so you take this off, and then you know the chart was probably here, right? This is how you're gonna see it. Okay, now I'm having a breakout. I guess this is now the V point. Maybe it's higher. No, it's lower. Okay, it's pulling back. It's pulling back. Okay, look at this. Lower low, higher low, divergence. Okay, it doesn't. and then you just see, okay, now I know what I'm looking for, a higher low. Higher low happens, even curls up, trend entry, then boom, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
So you
So
use that in conjunction with the MACD. Okay. Okay. Cool.
yeah, I mean, yes, because just because I've been using it for years, and I know how to. And it's good if you're trying to trade trending setups, because like MACD obviously is a trending indicator, but is it necessary? Not really. I mean, the main use case for me is to identify in trend divergences. If you see something like that, oh, that's like amazing. But you don't, sometimes you can trade it on the fake out, which is here, and then maybe you risk a little bit more. This is when you see this, the fake out happens at the same time this thing is not printing a lower low, so it's diverging, right? So once it comes back up to this point, execute, and then your stop would be somewhere below here. You got to give it some room, a little bit, and then you see the higher low, which is this, and then you see the breakout cup. Maybe the cup is really here, right? At 32, 34, you trade that, you add, and then you move your stop, maybe right here, and then you take that, um, and then in terms of like when do you move stops to break even? When I have a setup like this, I like to wait, until this happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Cool. Cool.
you guys, that's pretty clear now, right?
Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions? The ones that were been quiet, Gondola, Mantis, Lily, Karen. Nice to meet you.
I like it. I like it.
Like it? Any questions? Get it too?
No. Okay. That's
What
all
is
good. I
No.
just
money?
I just really wanted to share, guys.
I need
That's
just
all.
more practice.
That's helpful. I can trade like channels fairly well, but in trends I need to find more ways to find entries. So this is something I'll have to definitely look into, especially
Yeah.
since
So
trends are so much easier to trade than uh, channels and gives more reward.
yeah, it depends what kind of trader you are, but channels again. You draw your fib, you wait for the 786 or the 886 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
see if it's the actual ABC point, and then just trade the enter in the range, enter the bottom near the bottom of the range to go ahead and maybe have a trend that breaks out and continues like Indo, right?
Mm-hmm.
But be mindful that we're using this tool for profit targets, not for entry levels. So
Correct. Yes, exactly.
Right.
So even if you say entered here, profit target, how you pull your profits. You know exactly how you pull your profits.
Cool. Cool. Thank you so
All right.
much.
please stop. Send me that settings if you get a chance. If you can message me those
Yeah, I
settings.
will.
Thank you, brother.
I will, man. No problem. For sure, for sure. I'll
I
send you
just also,
guys.
I also want to just say, hope you're all having a lovely weekend. Much love to you all.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you. I don't know what happened to me this week, and I was supposed to go CQG, but I just had like a massive, crazy headache from Friday, and I didn't recover till like Saturday afternoon. It's
Feel hopefully feel
crazy.
better.
Hangover headache or just a natural headache?
Nah, too much screen time is what it is.
No, look after yourself. Get your diet right, and look after your body, man.
I will. I will. I will. Thank you, guys. If nobody else has questions, man, I guess I'm gonna have to jet because I haven't eaten anything yet, and I'm gonna have to start work soon.
Well, thank you so
No
much,
problem.
though. I appreciate it, brother.
All
Yeah,
right.
really.
Take care, guys.
All right. See you
Thank you.
guys. Bye.
Thanks.
Take care, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. How in the world do I end? How do I end this? Jesus, I don't even know. Okay.